How's it going, guys? We're just right back here. Yo, Trumwellin, is it not? I recognize you from the sound of your footsteps. How's it going, guys? What's up? It's me, Calvzone. Sorry, I jumped straight into the episode. We're gonna go with the storyteller back home to the tavern, and we're gonna hope nothing goes bad. There was a griffin statue here, and it came to life suddenly and flew away. Do you know anything about it? The griffin stood in this library for decades, but only today did he take flight. Why? I do not know. But I am glad his ancient slumber has come to an end. The elf smiles at his thoughts. He has a long story behind him, and yet the real tale is only just beginning today. No, I will not reveal his secrets. I think your paths will cross again, so you can ask him yourself. I'm taking you to Defender's Heart. Please accept my sincere thanks once again, and if I may, please don't rush. I will struggle to keep up your young legs. Yes. Okay. We are going to rest here, if it gives me the opportunity. This is gonna lock us out of a few things, I think, but I have to not be fatigued when we get attacked.
I must rest to fight another day.
Yeah, we are all barely hanging together. But, we gathered a lot of potential allies. We need to celebrate with Sela. We need to talk to Forn. Yeah, we actually did a ton of good stuff. I wonder where Olrune is. Either way, let's go get yelled at by Forn because we let that lady go. How may I help? I met that lady. Forn's melancholic expression remains calm, but his entire body tenses and his fingers wrap around the handle of his weapons. Under what circumstances, I hope you seize the opportunity to kill her. Are you certain of your allegations? He shakes his head and says in a hollow voice, I am. Her misdeeds are terrible and proven with absolute certainty. She claims she didn't serve demons. Of course she does. In an attempt to buy her a life, she would stoop to the boldest and the most egregious lie of her lies. What words would you trust, hers or mine? I let her go. After giving you a sad look, Forn stares off in the distance. Your decision is regrettable, and I'm afraid that in doing so, you've condemned her many future victims to death. I suppose that means that bringing this hunt to close falls upon my shoulders. Okay. Let's see. Does anybody got anything else to say? I just realized we lost all our gear that we were lugging around that entire thing. We lost so many masterwork scimitars, guys. We lost so much money. We left so much money behind in that library. Oh my god, guys. You know, it happens. It happens to the best of us.
Forwards! No, backwards. Backwards!
Let's celebrate with Sela. I hope that's what's happening. It is. Okay, it is. Hello, Sela. You're still wounded from the past battles, I see. The Defender's Heart greets you with unexpected liveliness. Beyond the walls of the tavern, the once bustling and festive city lies in ruins. But somehow none of that can be felt within these walls. The people in the room are talking, laughing, raising toasts, even softly singing. It doesn't look like a typical tavern revelry, but nor does it a grim vigilance of recent days. Sela waves to you. She's sitting at a table with the trio you previously met, the knight, the half-elf, and the red-headed halfling. Trumwellin, come, let me properly introduce you to Ellen, Jaina, and Carl, the fearless warriors of the League of the Inspiring Heart. Sela pushes a bug of beer towards you and speaks softly. It was me who convinced Earbeth to use what Jaina, Carl, and Ellen... I apologize for that. Just a YouTube thing. Found for a little party. If you look out the window, you might think the end times have come and the abyss has devoured us all. I thought some simple pleasures, good food, and good company could keep the gloom at bay. She looks at you hesitantly, as if trying to gauge your reaction. Have I ever turned down good merrymaking and good company? Let's raise our mugs, my friends. Wait, I'm not ready for another toast yet. It's not every day I drink with paladins, knights, and sword lords. Hey, are you gonna sit there with grim faces? I say we get to know each other a little better so we can have reason to toast. Tell me about your order, Ellen. As stories go, it's not very entertaining. I was born from far to the south, in Andoran. I lost my parents early, led a simple life as a simple mercenary. But I often questioned the path I had chosen. I'm proud of my sword skills. I enjoy training and drills, and I'm not afraid of battle. But risking my life for coin? It takes a special mindset to choose that lot with no regrets. You have to want to risk your blood. I saw too many of my friends die, and I wondered if it was worth it. So in the end, I decided to choose another path. Now if I'm going to lay down my life, at least it will be for a good cause. That's how I ended up in Mendev, and became a squire for the Houndhearts. It's a small order. By tradition, it never has more than 12 members, and a new member is only knighted after an elder one dies. We patrol the lands along the Wardstone line and provide aid to travelers and settlers. Unfortunately, death is common among the Houndhearts. I became a full knight 2 years ago, after laying my mentor to rest. But I'm content with my choice. My place is among the Crusaders. Blah. Have you been serving the Eagle Watch long, Jaina? I signed up 4 days before the demon attack. Am I lucky or what? Jaina lets out an overly boisterous laugh. I'm an apprentice of a famous fencing man. Dude, oh my god. I am an apprentice of a famous fencing master from Mivan, and I learned a thing or two from him. Believe me, I soon got bored of fighting off bandits and getting involved in petty squabbles of the bickering river kingdoms. I wanted a proper challenge, and you can't find a better place than Mendev. And what do you know? The moment I arrived, the demonic invasion began. My father would say that's no accident. Fate brought me here. What about you, Carl? How did you end up among the condemned? I just did what everybody else was doing. I grew up in the slums whenever everybody stole a little, or maybe smuggled, or guarded stashes, so Carl stares into his mug gloomily. But I never killed anybody. I never did anything really bad. I got caught stealing, and when they made me choose between prison and the condemned, well, of course I didn't want to go to prison. I'm not that good of a fighter, but as Gorber as my witness, a thief can always be useful in a war against demons. I've always been a good scout. I can sneak under the nose of any monster, but I don't know where my friends are. I don't know where my friends are now. We got separated when the demons rampaged through the city. Chin up, friend. Whoever you were in the past, you're our friend now, and a crusader. Your skills will be useful to us. You'll see. How do you all know Sela? I met my noble sister on the road to Canabras. I was returning from the south from my fiancé, and was happy to be in the company of a paladin of Iomade. We said our farewells at the city gates, and I went north along the road to Dresden to my orders camp. Ellen's face grows grim at the mention of the camp. The demons attacked us there at the same time they struck Canabras, but we managed to fight them off. We hurried to the city's aid and joined the forces with Eagle Watch. All my fellow Houndhearts were wounded during the battle in the streets. I'm the last knight of my order who can still fight. It's so good to see Sela again. Every little heart counts these days. I met Sela at the tavern in Canabras before the attack, of course. She was one of the few who would sit at the table with the condemned. Knights usually don't even look at us, but Sela is different, and I knew from the moment I saw her. That's what made me notice Sela too, so I sat down to talk to her. I never understood why everybody treated the condemned so horribly, and I still don't. Our Kroll is a good lad, so night after night, Sela and I went around the tavern together every day. Mendev is an amazing place. People from all over the world come here for glory, redemption, or to help others in troubles. Help those in trouble, and they always find each other. This might be the best place in the world to find like-minded people and friends. That was a toast, in case you didn't notice. Sela, did you call me over because, or something else the matter? I didn't want to just talk about today's celebration. You see, Ellen is in trouble. I want to help him, and I don't know anyone else in the city I can turn to. His fellow knights were all wounded in battle. Ellen shakes his head. Bad idea, sister. I told you, I don't want to bother anybody else with my problems. I need to handle them on my own. Oh, come on. Hiding your sadness from your friends is no way to live. Curl is right. Trumwellin helped me find you. Without his help, I'd still be looking for you all over Canabras. So, Ellen, come on. Stop being so stubborn. Tell me more. The young knight shakes his head. In all truth, I do not wish to impose. My problems are just minor troubles. A paladin of Iomade and her friends certainly have more important things to do, especially now that Canabras has been overrun by demons. If I learned anything in my life, it's that nothing's minor about good and evil. Sela begins seriously, but then a smile lifts up on her face. Take the three of you, for example. It seems like all you did was save one cart from lesser demons. But look at how many people are happy now. The feat will never be sung off. That feat will never be sung of in song, but who knows? Maybe thanks to this one joyous hour of peace and rest, the defenders of Canabras will find the strength to protect the city. Sela catches her breath. I talk too much now, don't I? Well, Sir Ellen, I want to help you, and my reputation as a holy warrior of Iomade won't suffer if it's one minor adventure than a glorious feat. The knight seems a little embarrassed. All right, I'll explain. The life of a crusader has given me more than just a purpose and a chance to serve a righteous cause. When I abandoned the life of a mercenary and came to Mendev, I gained something else I never would have expected. It's here that I met, may all the ladies here forgive me, the finest girl in all the world. It's a miracle she found any love in her own heart for a bungler like me, but I'm not about to let this miracle go. Not even the Lord Dascari and all his demon army can stand in the way. Luckily, my beloved is now safely away from Canabras. For half a year, I've been getting up the courage to propose to her. I even ordered a ring from a Derek Sunghammer, the best jeweler in Mendev. Independent nightly orders live mostly off donations, so I'm not what you would call rich, but I so want to make Kiana happy. Oh, it took me 3 months to find the jewel that the same shade as her eyes. Twice that long to scrape together enough money. Master Derek's work was worth it, but I lost the ring during the demon attack, and I'll probably never find a worthy replacement. The ring is most likely still at the Houndheart's camp outside the city. Ellen and his friends didn't have time to pack up their camp. First, the demons ambushed them, then they rushed off to help Canabras. I think we should at least go there and check. Not right now, of course, but once the situation in the city is under control. What could we run into at this camp? My friends and I killed 2 large demons attacking the camp, then rode straight to the city without spending any more time cleaning up the rest of their band. There was only a few imps, but they still might be in camp. Of course, that was a while ago. Our camp was attacked at the same time the Wardstone in the main square, and I haven't been back there since. Fine, I will help. Sela puts a hand on your shoulder. Thanks for agreeing to help. Ellen is a good man and a true knight, and I think the world should repay those who are devoted to doing good. Let's help him so he can propose to his beloved the way he wanted. Sela, I hope you can convince Erebeth to let me go when you do this. I don't want to be parted from my friends. Of course, if the League of the Inspiring Cart has come together in this darkest hour, we must continue onward together. Whew. That was right off rip, a ton of reading. We do have companions I want to talk to. I do want to talk to Darren and Staunton and Ninio.
Trail me.
I'm gonna go run up to Erebeth, see if she's got anything new. Oh. I thank you for saving the esteemed citizens of Canabras, even though not all of them deserve to be saved. May Omade forgive my words. Erebeth cast a meaningful look at Count Arende sitting at the nearby table. I don't really mean that, of course. I just never failed to be astounded by the way good people seem to perish, while the not so good proved to be incredibly, amazingly enduring. Even so, the Count did offer me his aid. He can't be all that bad. Yeah, that's just not like him at all. Joining the Crusades is among the tradition among Mendevian nobles, but Darren Arende was never too keen to fighting demons. The Count has a certain reputation in Mendev. He's not a pleasant individual by any means, but he's not known for any particular villainy either. The Count enjoys a life of leisure surrounded by a gaggle of sycophants who are always eager to badmouth the Queen at his command. He likes settling scores too. There was a hero of the First Crusades, Sir Lant, a kind and honest man. After the end of his glorious career as a soldier, he became a wise mentor to the younger generation. He ran afoul of the court of the Count somehow, perhaps by lecturing him about his idle lifestyle and lack of purpose. When Sir Lant died, the Count managed to buy a portion of his estate and ordered the knight's helmet to be reforged into a chamber pot. And of course, he didn't keep his little joke private. The Queen was particularly affronted by it, because Sir Lant used to be her most loyal comrade in arms. I was there receiving an assignment from her Majesty and witnessed the exact moment when she found out about the helmet's fate. It's a small thing, but I could see the Queen's anguish at the travesty that had been made of her friend's legacy. That's what our Count is like as a person, and it's his talent for survival. Do you know the story of Heaven's Edge? He was the only member of his family to escape with his life when demons were unleashed a magical plague on the Arende estate. Could you tell me more about this event? I don't know all the details. It happened a long while ago, back when I was just a mercenary and had nothing to do with Canabras. I only know there was a grand feast in the honor of Darren's birthday, and all his relatives were invited, along with a few other distinguished guests. Everyone died from a mysterious disease that someone had unleashed upon the estate, including the servants, the guards, and a number of clerics and paladins. But the young Count survived because of his healing ability, I suppose. Darren does possess an unusually brilliant talent, even if the application of his skills leaves much to be desired. Erebeth scowls. Why is he trying to provoke the Queen? Who knows? It could be some family matter. The Count is Her Majesty's cousin, twice removed or something like that, but I think he simply just enjoys infuriating people. Crusaders and Iomede's servants especially. Thank you for telling me this. My pleasure. I'm sorry you had to endure this grumbling. Watching these things happen in my city puts me in a foul mood. I found Jana Aldori like you asked. Yes, thank you. It's good to have her back. We need every fighter we can get. I suppose it's asking too much to want fighters that are sober as well. Okay. Okay, this is done. Wait, didn't we find something for Healor? Oh, that's right. We found Finian. Finian, indeed. Do you know anything about a Pathfinder named Finian Dismar? He rubs his chin. Let me think. Dismar. I've definitely heard the name before. Of course you have. I'm a Pathfinder too. So you're the chief in these lands now. What about Lady Ori? When I left for the wound, she had just taken up the position. Hilor examines the talking weapon and chuckles sadly. I'm afraid Ori perished during the Third Crusade. Yes, now I remember. Finian Dismar went missing in the wound at the end of the Second Crusade. His name has been on the list of the fallen for a while. Well, here I am, alive and well. Write that in your list, and I'm back, and soon I'll file a detailed report about everything that's happened to me. Finian's voice is full of joy. I knew it was a misunderstanding, but now everything will return to normal. I need to write my folks. They probably think I'm dead too. Hiller shakes his head sadly. Poor lad. But such is the fate of a Pathfinder. We face the unknown, but sometimes the unknown wins and our minds can't take it. Well, that's depressing. That's sad. Okay, Lan, you don't have anything. And Evie, you got anything new? Stuff's about to hit the fan. If you got anything to say, you probably want to say it. Hey, Ninio, you probably don't have a lot of stuff I need to talk to you about right now. Boy, I'm pleased with you. I asked you to bring me to safely, and that's exactly what you did. Indeed, having a follower to aid me is the most efficient and frankly pleasing. With you on hand, I shall conquer new horizons, plumb the depths of knowledge hitherto unknown, and scale the dizzying heights of future discoveries. Neo stops to catch her breath. What I mean is, I'd like to express my deepest gratitude. I foresee immense potential in our future cooperation. Happy to help. Hand in hand, we will unravel the greatest mysteries inaccessible to the minds of ordinary people. Just imagine it. I, leading the way, proudly staring into the face of gods themselves, and you, my most loyal follower, walking behind me every step of the way, writing down my deepest thoughts and admiring the profundity of my intellect. I think it's supposed to be profound something of our intellect, but if we were to hold hands, you wouldn't be able to go in front of me and lead that way. You are the catalyst which, when it reacts with my intellect, will allow me to allow the latter to grasp the very essence of the universe itself. Do you always express your delight so... Dude, okay, why did I let myself get dragged into this? What? Who are you? He stares at you for a while, bewilderment in her eyes, but then it's something replaced by recognition. Oh, yes. My new follower. So what am I supposed to do? Oh, yes. I must provide you some verbal encouragement for your as yet modest achievements and try to induce you to strive for more of such encouragement. That is the principle that underpins any training. She frowns, but only for an instant. Ah, I see. Your modest nature was unsettled by my overabundance of my gratitude. I do apologize for putting you in such an awkward position. I will never praise you again unless I forget. But let's get back to the business at hand. Your new assignment will be to take me to the inconspicuous ruins that are located in an even more inconspicuous valley between Canobris and Dresden. As soon as is reasonably practicable, I'll mark the place on your map with a large red cross. You won't even forget it. What's so special about these ruins? I'm glad you asked. This is my greatest hypothesis, my secret project, and I won't be able to pass up the opportunity to share it with you. Because you're my most loyal follower, you're worthy of possessing such knowledge. She rubs her nose. And also because you're the first person to ever ask me about it. Some time ago, I was walking around the border of the world wound, and I met a strange person. He was wearing a frayed gray robe, and his face was hidden behind a odd white mask. Of course, I didn't miss the opportunity to ask him about it, and the reasons for his absurd appearance. And you know what he said to me? He said, I am the answer, but what is the question? Then he walked off in the direction of the world wound. The next day, after I'd already forgotten about the first encounter, I encountered a similar encounter. Wait. Dude, I had already forgotten about the first encounter, and then I had another similar encounter. This time I met an elven woman, judging by the pointy ears sticking out from behind the mask. I am the answer, but what is the question? She said before taking off toward the world wound. And then I realized everything became clear to me. I know a mystery when I see one. Consider this one of my myriad talents. Ninio rubs the tip of her nose. After all these geysers were simply on their way to a costume party, weren't they? After examining several maps, I determined that they were all heading in one direction, to a place not far from Canobris, a place which is marked as nameless ruins even on ancient Sarkorian maps. That's where I need to go. Unraveling the secret of that place will be my greatest discovery. It will secure my place in history, or perhaps even in legend. How do you know where to go? Do you know how to find a beehive in a forest? You need to catch 2 bees, set them free in 2 different directions of the forest, and remember the direction they fly in. Then you take a map, draw lines showing the bees' routes. The place where the lines intersect on the mark will mark the location of the beehive. Fascinating, yes? By the way, forest bees do not make any honey. Neo sighs. I used the beehive principle here too. For a couple of months, I tracked the strange people in their mask and observed the direction in which they were all traveling. I collected the coordinates, mapped their estimates, routes, and made a discovery. All the routes intersected at the nameless ruins not far from Canabras. What do you expect to find there? I haven't the slightest idea, and if I knew what was hidden there, I wouldn't be so eager to go. Those ruins aren't very far from Canabras. You could easily get there yourself. Why do you need me? Nino's eyes seem ready to pop out of their sockets in surprise. Don't you see? This is a legendary secret place. Who knows what may happen to me after I lift the veil and uncover the workings of the universe? My mortal body may be unable to contain all the knowledge, or perhaps I will ascend and become equal to gods themselves? I need you to write down everything that happens and report my fate to an interesting parties in Absalom. And don't forget to praise me as I deserve while you're there. You know, these ruins of yours might just be able to turn out to be ruins. In that case, we'll write off this experiment as a failure and start a new one. I don't know which experiment next I'll try. That's all I wanted to know about your task. Well, now you know, so off you go. Neo frowns. Did I just make a rhyme? Perhaps I've discovered poetic talent in myself. Let's conduct an experiment. Quickly, say any word and I'll find a rhyme for it right away. Whatever. Not too clever, now or never. Not the best rhyme, don't you think? Well, this experiment was unsuccessful. We learned that I have no poetic talent at all. Nino sighs, but it's no reason to despair. Having a gift of poetry in addition to my inexhaustible intellect would have been a little too much. Besides, I am catastrophically busy and have no time to spend it on writing poetry. Oh my god. Oh. Ninio produces a crumpled piece of paper in her sleeve and takes some notes on it. This conversation lasted approximately 5 minutes. She lifts her chin. By the way, did you know that this is the exact amount of time the Inquisitive Canabras need to find a man defendant guilty? But to shake off Inquisitors chasing you takes 5 times as long. The experiment proved that running while clad in heavy armor is not so burdensome for them after all. Oh, guys, I feel like I was rap god. I was like, woo. Will you got anything new? I'm not gonna grill you on that. I want to talk to, dude. I need to talk to these people, but you know what, guys? I'm not ending. We're gonna click that rest button, and it'd be crazy if combat started. Oh. Okay. 9 hours. I want you to cook some wings. 1 temper HP per plate. And we'll do this. She can write scrolls. Oh, she can't. She can do scrolls. Scribing scrolls. Be scribing scrolls. Shame I don't have grease. Grease would be a great one to have. How come you eat so little? The hungry times are over for you now. You can eat as much as you need. Who's he talking to? Talking to Ember? Don't worry about me. I take as much as I need. And that's not much at all. Guys, it's only 9 hours for us to get like everything back. And the fatigue off. We should be actually able to keep going. I noticed neither one of them did their things. Whew, okay, so what's the game plan? When did we get a severed head, guys? Oh, it's new. The decapitated head. Severing of a neck is unnaturally clean and likely was performed using magic. You have no idea how these terrifying remains ended up among your belongings. Oh, well, that's crazy. Trumwellin, we're going to put let's just go put that severed head in my chest. Because why not? Decimation. A 2-handed weapon, ain't it? Yeah. Don't have anybody to use that. Don't have anybody to use that. Oh, you might put that on somebody. Nobody can wear that. Nobody can wear that. Ninio, you wear this? Can't. Wait. Nice. Okay, we emptied our inventory. Onwards. We gotta set back out. We might be able to do everything, guys. We might pop off. Let's Clem. Nice. There's the guys. Clem seems remarkably at ease. He's facing trouble as if the lives of everybody else in the tavern isn't hanging by a thread. As he reads a dog-eared book and takes notes in the margins, he notices you, looks up from the pages, and gives you a nod. Be careful. Our foes like to pretend to be our friends. Does that mean Holruin's gonna be here? He said he was coming. Oh, he is. There he is.
What's in wait for me there, I wonder?
Holruin's stern gaze darts around the conversation as though hoping to catch someone in the act of sedition. Ah, yeah, you again. Anything to report? Oh, I've actually never did this conversation. I've actually never talked to Holruin before. 9 times out of 10, I kill this man. You wanted to know about my gift. I had a vision. An angel by the name of Lariel was killed by a creature resembling Discari. Before he died, Lariel bequeathed his sword to whoever could lift it. The Inquisitor listens to you intently, almost reverently. The angel Lariel. The name is familiar to me, of course. During the First Crusade, several warriors from heaven fought shoulder to shoulder with the Crusaders, including some of their most illustrious heroes. It has always been a regret of mine that I never had the chance to meet any one of them. A tinge of envy bleeds into the Inquisitor's voice, but he smooths it away and continues. By the time I was born, most angels had left the ranks of the Crusaders. Iomede's faithful servants at the time were told that the warriors of heaven were departing on a special mission that would weaken the forces of evil. That was a long time ago, and since then none of the angels have returned. I have no doubt that their mission continues to this day, but I digress. Everyone believed that Lariel left along with the rest, but you have revealed the sorrowful truth to me, that our hero perished, leaving his gift to await the one worthy of wielding it. Sad, sad tidings. Did you talk to Erebeth? The old man sneers. That little upstart went behind my back and declared herself warden of the city. She refuses to step aside. I should have arrested her and all her rabble she's drawn to her. But now's not the time for that. I'll let her play warden all she likes. Once we clear the demons out of the city, I'll make sure she's hauled in front of a tribunal for this little stunt. How can you help us when we attack the great garrison? What do you mean, how can I help you? Why all these questions? You're not doubting my abilities, are you? Holruin snorts indignantly. We are Inquisitors. We provide tactical support with cold steel or magic as we see fit. Okay. Oh, okay. I'm not trying to make you angry, dog. Okay. What up, Jorah? If you know who in the city, maybe you can tell me something about the Count? I'll tell you, why not? Everyone knows the story, you see, but you could say that I'm the one who found it in a way. What? But you could say I'm the one who found it in a way. The Arendays are a very wealthy and ancient line, and they hail from the outlying areas of Canabras. That's where the Arenday family seat is, along with their ancestral lands. In the past, if Mendev was ever feuding with Sarkors, and some clan from there was having trouble, the Count and Countess Arenday were the ones who would defend the border with their soldiers. Their main residence was called Heaven's Edge. It still stands to this day north of here on the road towards Dresden, but no one lives there now. Around 10 or so years ago, there was a grand celebration held in that estate. The mother and the guardian of the current Count invited the great and the good to celebrate his birthday. The entire Arenday clan was there, as well as many other nobles, and then without warning, the demons struck. Clearly, they couldn't ignore such a perfect opportunity to cut down so many Mendev's great dynasties in one fell swoop. There was even a chance that the queen herself was going to make an appearance, for she was related to the Count as well. Well, when no news came from the estate, a troop of Inquisitors was sent to investigate. They forced the gate open to discover a manor full of corpses. They all perished, Roran said sorrowfully. The servants, the guards, the guests, including some of Iomede's chosen clerics and paladins. The demons who had unleashed a magical plague, terrifying and strange, the likes of which we had never seen before, or since. And among this was young Darren Arenday, the only survivor. The Count had talent for divine magic since his youth, healing magic in particular, and that must be why he didn't die along with the rest. He couldn't explain how he survived the disease. I saw him that day, and when they brought him into the city, pale and barely conscious of his surroundings. That's the story. Since then, Heaven's Edge has stood abandoned and sealed off from the rest of the world. Perhaps people are afraid to go near that place. I see. Torag, watch over you. If you need something, don't forget to stop by. Well, hopefully I need nothing. part of me feels like I need to talk to these people because like I'm probably going to get attacked, but the part of me is like,
This way.
puzzle time. Dang, that didn't work. Somehow, someway, this door over here opens. Oh shoot, hold on. Am I turning off these lanterns? No, I'm not. Do I need to? Huzzah!
Wherever my legs carry me.
A bunch of potions and a yellow letter. What is this? Don't mind if I do. That's my tiara. Okay, guys. That was a lot of reading. Like a lot of reading. Holy crap, that took it out of me. That's gonna be the end of the episode. I'm gonna go outside. You know what? Next episode is gonna probably be another reading episode, but I'm not going to do it today. I'm gonna do it tomorrow. We're gonna finish up talking to everybody because I think the episode after that, the tavern's gonna get attacked and things are gonna change and people might die because my tactic for surviving the tavern. Just wait until you see my tactic. It's gonna be crazy. You've never seen anything like it. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed me rambling. I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye bye.